Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Renfield 2023. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So let's go over the cast. You got Nicholas Hoult plays as Renfield, which is the long time serving of Dracula. Awkwafina plays as Rebecca Quincy, who's an aggressive traffic cop. Ben Schwartz plays as Teddy Lobo, who's a local mob boss. And then you have Nicolas Cage, of course, as Dracula. Seen the trailer for this for some time. They've been promoting it. Looked like a fun movie to watch. So I took a stab at it to see what we get. So what happens is you have Count Dracula. He meets an English lawyer. And Renfield hopes to broker a deal for some land for his wife and family. Wife and child. He gets killed by Dracula. Then Dracula was killed by Van Helsing. And once Dracula reformed, he brought back Renfield back to life and kept him as his servant. And 90 years later, Renfield uses his super strength as he regularly eats bugs. So when he eats bugs, he gets like his superpowers of Dracula. And basically what he does is go around, cleans up Dracula's mess and feeds Dracula people. Now, over time, Dracula feeds off of eating pure people. So if he eating evil people, it keeps him weak. You know, if they were overly evil, then it don't allows him to get back to full strength. So he wants to get back to full strength. So he needs like innocent people, pure-hearted people. So that's the process. So what happens in the process of this? Renfield is feeling hopeless, doesn't really have a life but serving Dracula. He joins like a 12-step program group where they are pretty much talking about their normal lives, and he's feeding off of them. They don't know he's actually serving Dracula, but they eventually find out. So you have the mob boss situation where what's his name? I just said his name, man. Pardon me. Said his name. Ben Schwartz. So Teddy Lobo. So it's a moment where Awkwafina's character, Rebecca Quincy, she's doing a traffic stop. And a guy she was running from within the traffic stop was Teddy. And when Teddy is running from the traffic stop, he had cocaine, and Awkwafina stopped him. Teddy began to tell everything, but his lawyer came and let him out of jail. So Awkwafina knew Rebecca Quincy. She pretty much knew that wasn't right. So she like, what are they doing? How's he getting out of jail? He was great turn. They pretty much said, you need to go with the flow. So basically, the mob had the police under on their payroll. So the mom, who's the head of the mob organization, she pretty much told Teddy he need to earn his stripes. He need to handle Rebecca. So Rebecca ended up at a bar. At this bar is where Renfield was pretty much down on his luck, just depressed that he was serving Dracula and wanted to separate himself. So when Teddy pushed up on Rebecca and was about to kill her, Renfield took one of his bugs and he turned into Super Renfield with Dracula powers, beat all her men up, and when he's beating all the men up, he's ripping off limbs, and so it's comedic why he's doing it, humorous rather. where he's ripping off limbs and hitting people with their body parts and all that. So she pretty much looked at him and said, "Thank you, you're a hero." So he never heard that before. So he's embracing being a hero and people liking him. He wanted a different life. So he went out and got an apartment, and basically he wanted to live this new life without Dracula. So now Teddy and his people are putting a hit out on Renfield. Like if anybody find him, they get him. So what took place is while they were looking, Teddy stumbled upon Dracula's lair. Dracula came out pretty much, and Teddy told him, "Hey, me and my organization, we're criminals, and we're pretty much we hate the innocent, and we're looking for this guy, and he's helping innocent people." And he showed him a picture of Renfield, so that triggered Dracula to go find out where Renfield lives at, and found Renfield, tracked him down, pretty much told him, "Hey, you abandoned me. I'm gonna make the world suffer now that you abandoned me." And so when he did that, Renfield was reading these admiration quotes out of a book, and when Dracula found a book that he was reading, he seen it was like that 12-step program place he went to. So his mission was to go there. So Renfield hurry up, ran to that location, told all the people they need to leave, but he didn't in time. And when he didn't in time, Dracula came and he killed all the people. Of course, they were innocent and pure, so that gave Dracula his full strength. Rebecca showed up, and now she wanna lock Renfield up. When she did that, she told her partner to call it in. He pretty much called the captain, who was, of course, on the mob payroll. When they all showed up, they told her pretty much, "You'll get a promotion, but we need Renfield." So she shot out the light and pretty much ran off with Renfield. She took a bullet. She passed out. Renfield brought her to his apartment. And when he brought her to his apartment, he explained to her who he was, and that he was with Dracula. She didn't believe him, of course, so she called her sister. But her sister was had did a trace on a pen, and the pen dated back for decades. This person has been killing people in Interpol for years, and basically it was Renfield's fingerprints. And the sister was connected with the mob boss, and they tracked her down where Rebecca was, to Renfield's apartment. So they circled around, and Renfield pretty much told her, "I need to find a bug so I can turn into Super Renfield and get us out of the situation." So he did find a bug and turned to Super Renfield and pretty much destroyed all the men. And then she embraced him at that point, and they pretty much said, "We got to put an end to this." And so by this time, Teddy talked to Dracula, and he wanted to become Dracula's new slave. So he linked up with Dracula, told his mom what was going on. So Dracula, of course, took and turned Teddy's men into little Renfields with the superpowers of Dracula. Renfield finally came in with the showdown. They were prepared with wooden stakes and everything. And of course, Renfield ran through him. He ended up killing Teddy. And then, of course, Dracula was the showdown. And Dracula killed him at first, but then, of course, his blood heals everybody. So once his blood heals everybody, after he was dead, Aquafina shot his foot. I said Aquafina. Rebecca shot his foot. His blood dripped down, and it revived Renfield. And what they did from there, they created a special force field with cocaine that kept him in a ball that held him up. And they just basically beat him down and used everything known to man to kill Dracula, to just set him off in pieces. And all the people that he killed in the 12 Steps program, Renfield brought him back to life with Dracula's blood, of course. And of course, Rebecca brought back her sister. And that was the end of the movie. Depending on the success of the movie, course, it came on a weekend of Super Mario Brothers is still doing well, so I can't see how this movie will make enough money for them to be do a part two. But it was entertaining enough, fun movie to watch, something just to turn into. Out of my 4-star rating systems, I give this movie a 2 out of 4 stars. Decent enough to watch, not to go to the movie theater to see. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.